here we are with another On the Deck with Jamie Breneman of Chattanooga Exteriors. Today we're talking about how to find a contractor.
Yeah.
There's so many contractors, handymen out there.
Yep.
How do we find one to make sure, we're safe?
Yeah, so there's a list of things that you need to look at. I mean, the one thing is I would look for references. I would look for people that are licensed. Got to make sure that. Better Business Bureau is a good one because they have to go through a process to be on there.
I like to think of myself as, friendly, and sometimes when I'm interviewing a contractor, I feel a little, I don't want to offend them asking him for his documents. Can you tell us or maybe reassure us that that's okay too?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely okay. I would actually, I have friends of mine that are doing other things that I don't do, and I always tell them, like, hey, make sure you're up front and you get a contract that spells out like kind of payments. Don't pay anybody up front.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, how much is the normal safe amount to pay up front?
So it depends on the project, especially if you have special order materials. If usually you could say, hey, I'll pay for the materials up front, or hey, I'll give you 30%.
Okay.
And break the payments along the way as things get going.
After that?
Yeah. So for us, we would be like, hey, we're going to take 30% up front. That way we order the materials, we get everything in place, and then as we meet this milestone, we have another payment. We meet this milestone, we have another payment.
Right.
And so along the way, it's not really one-sided where, hey, you give me all the money, and then I'll see you in 3 or 4 months, and then you pray and hope that, I come and do what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, we've covered on the news stories of businesses running away after taking payments.
Oh, yeah.
So speaking of payment, tell me about financing.
Always look for a company that has financing that will give you another layer of protection as well. Because when you deal with financing and banks, there's forms that have to be filled out to say, hey, we did the work, the customer's happy, now the bank gives the contractor the money.
And maybe to get financing, they need to see the insurance proof and the bonding and the licenses.
Always just ask for it. It's not...
don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. I mean, I know some people can feel kind of like, well, this is, I feel like I'm, being overbearing. But it's like, hey, it's my house. It's my...
Right.
Most people, it's their biggest investment that they have.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, I'm paying you to do a job.
Right.
I can ask these questions.
And their reaction might show you how legit they are.
Yep.
And speaking of permits, I live in an HOA, and people need to make sure their HOA that their renovation's approved, or it could be very expensive, like tracking.
So I mean, HOAs, another thing is, so sometimes HOAs have different things that they need. Really a lot of that should fall onto the homeowners, but as contractors, we're here to help you. Go speak to the HOA, know the products, know what you can do and what you can't do, those type of things. But really, when you get into the HOA, it's really the homeowner needs to kind of drive that process and take responsibility.
Well, thank you for coming on, Jamie, being so informative about important work with people's hard-earned dollars and spending. So tell us how we can maybe have a consultation with you for our home renovations.
Yeah, so you would call us at 805-3800 or go to our website, ChattanoogaExteriors.com. Fill the contact form out, and we'll be in touch with you.
Great. Thank you for coming on and your partnership with 12. So ChattanoogaExteriors.com or 805-3800 to find out about your consultation with Chattanooga Exteriors and all the great work they can do for your house. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.